the only 10 items you need in your makeup bag. Since you have been enjoying my more minimal mindset, a series of videos since I put my 2-bedroom apartment into just a storage unit, I wanted to do something similar along these lines, so I thought I would show you how to build the perfect makeup bag with just 10 items that you need. I am going to be giving some recommendations, and these are all going to be products that are available at Sephora since the Sephora sale is starting, and a lot of you told me you still wanted to see a Sephora video, yet keeping in mind the minimal mindset video. So this is the topic that we came up with. I will have all of the links below. The Sephora sale does start on October 31st for VIP Rouge members. I will have all the Sephora sale information in my description box, of course, and I want to challenge you with this video to build your perfect makeup bag with me. So I'm going to be looking for your comments on what products I recommended that you would mix and match to make your perfect makeup bag. But like I said, we are getting 10 items in here, so let's get into it. First up, to build our makeup bag, and one of the most important items in my makeup collection, this is one of those that if people ask like, oh, I was stranded like on an island and you can only take like 3 things like for your makeup bag, this has been my #1 answer so many times, and it is concealer. I just think concealer can do so much, and especially since over the last 2, almost 3 months now since putting all my belongings, including my entire makeup collection, in a storage unit, I have definitely started to understand not just the products that I love and go back to, but I've been able to understand that I'm really gravitating towards products that I feel like can do more than one thing, and you're gonna see that a lot in this video as well. Even the lip liner that I just put on is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's one of the new duos because I love that you get one product but you get 2 different shades. So that's been something that I have been really heavily leaning into, as I am definitely more on the go at this moment, really living out of just one makeup bag when I do my Shop My Stash, which should already be up for October. If not, it will be coming, but this is really the only makeup products that I am using throughout the month is what I pick in that Shop My Stash video. So for concealers, I love this because you can use it for the under eyes. You can use it to combat dark circles. You can make it to, brighten up the under eyes. You can use it to spot conceal. I'm someone who, deals with acne, so I can use my concealer to spot conceal any acne marks. And then I very oftentimes will use my concealer all over my face. So when I was thinking about this video and I'm thinking about the different steps in my makeup routine and what I use, I of course was like, oh, let me mention a skin tint. Let me mention a tinted moisturizer. But I was like, if I really want to get down to the nitty-gritty of this, really what I'm recommending is to have a good concealer, because it can do multiple things in your makeup routine. Touch-ups, like, concealer is going to be great. So these 2 are what I've had in my bag for a while. I'm almost finished with both of them, so I would highly recommend. Like I said, they are both at Sephora. One is from Kulif, and the shade that I use is Cocoa Crush, and then also from Tower 28. This particular shade is IE. I also have used the shade K-Town, and I've used that one completely up. And like I said, I'm about to go through both of these as well. But for me, if you have similar concealer preferences, I like something that is lightweight but full coverage but doesn't feel super heavy, especially because I use concealer on my under eyes every single day. Of course, things like blending out easily and not, caking throughout the day is so important. But another favorite concealer that I would recommend that you can get at Sephora is also Natasha Denona. I just have 2 in my bag right now, but the Natasha Denona I think is another amazing concealer, almost out of it. That one, these 2 I think are pretty similar. That one I would say is more lightweight, and it's more of a serum based concealer, so a little bit goes a very long way, but it's another one that I can use to spot conceal, to act as, some sort of a skin tint, and then also for my under eye. So how, like I mentioned, that I want you to build your makeup bag with me, I'm gonna go through, and the 10 things that I am saying, like these are the 10 makeup products, like 1 concealer, 1 lip liner, 1 mascara. But I'm going to be giving a few of my recommendations since it is the Sephora sale, but that's where I want you to come in and build your bag with me. So #1, concealer. Like, what is the concealer that you want in your makeup bag at this moment? And then go from there. I want to see if anyone actually does this, because I'm really curious how you would build your makeup bag. That is how we were playing the little game in this video. Now, of course, with concealer, one thing that I do think is important is to be able to powder the skin with it as well. And even though I am such a powder girly, I sometimes now have been leaning into just letting my concealer do its thing. And I've been scaling back just a little bit on powder, just a little bit. But if you want a good powder recommendation, to me, one of the like OGs is still the Mercier translucent powder. I still think that one is so phenomenal. So sometimes if I'm using concealer under the eyes and all over the face, spot concealing, then I'll just come in and set everything with powder, or if I want a little bit more coverage, I can do that as well. But again, I'm saying that concealer is definitely an item that you need in your makeup bag. Another item that we have to have in our makeup bag is a good mascara. Okay, so I recently purchased the Sephora Favorites Lash Stash to Go. So this is a sampler set with 5 mini mascaras in here. I purchase this almost every single year and I love it every single time. And to me, this is one of those that, you know, definitely around holiday time, not only Sephora, but other retailers, other brands, they come out with their favorites, they come out with value sets. And sometimes you have to really ask yourself, like, is this really worth it? Is it worth the price? Am I going to use all of the products in there? And over the years, I've been able to realize, like, you know, I've purchased so many sets, especially back when I first started my YouTube channel. I, like, every year would purchase so many Sephora favorite sets and do videos on them, right? And so I've really been able to see what works for me. And honestly, I can't remember the last time that I didn't purchase the Lash Stash, because the 5 mini mascaras, that's just one of those categories that, like, I use mascaras up. I use mascara pretty much every single day. I don't really wear false lashes. I don't have anything like lash extensions where you don't want to use mascara. So if you do, you know, probably a mascara set isn't going to be the best fit for you, so you know, keep that in mind. But if you are someone who wears mascara on almost a daily basis or a regular basis, you're probably also going through them. And mascara is one of those things that does expire. It can get old, it can get clumpy as every time you use it and the air gets in and all of those things. So mascara is definitely one of those products in my collection that I go through the most. So purchasing something like this makes sense for me. And I also really love the minis. Of course, it's a way to try a mascara if you're like, oh, I'm thinking about getting that in the full size. But for me, it's just a way to, like, always have mascaras in my bag. And I do also travel quite a bit. As this video goes up closer to Sephora sale time, I think I will probably be, where will I be on that day? Tokyo? I might be in Kyoto. I will be somewhere in Japan. I will be somewhere in Japan when this video goes up, so I am pre-filming pretty far in advance, but I saw a lot of the comments come in that you still wanted to see a Sephora video, yet somehow mash it with the minimalism mindset that we have going on over here. But this is the one that I purchased. It has the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize. I would recommend that. I was planning to purchase a full-size mascara of that anyways, so I was excited it was in here. Lancome has their Lash Idol in here, the YSL Lash Clash. I've gone through so many of those. The Tarte Tubing Mascara in the purple packaging, one of my favorite mascaras. Also love the one in the gold packaging, fabulous. And then also the Benefit Roller Lash, which is, I have the full size in my makeup bag at this moment right now. So this is $29. It does say it's a $48 value. And then you do get to choose a full size of one of these 5. You can go into Sephora, choose a full size, and you get that for free. So I do think that's pretty cool, for free. Girl math, since you spent the $29 on this, you do get a full-size mascara. So, and basically all of the mascaras I believe are at least $20. I find that to be a really good deal. I'm taking at least 3, if not 4 of these minis in my travel bag because I'm going to be gone for about the next 6 weeks. So I just find that to be a good set. Another mascara, I've pretty much used up the Kosas Soul Gazer. I've been really enjoying this one. And then of course, like an OG favorite of mine, I recommend it all the time. Actually, it might be in here as well, is the Rare Beauty. I pretty much always have the Rare Beauty mascara in my makeup bag. I've purchased this so many times. Just one of my absolute favorites. So these are also 2 mascaras that I would recommend. But again, number 1, put down your concealer. Number 2, put down, if you had to pick one mascara for the 10 items in your makeup bag, what mascara are you going with? Next up, we have to talk about lip liner. It was really hard for me not to put lip liner as the first category, but I was like, okay, most people wear concealer. Not everyone is on the lip liner train like I am, or like so firmly like I am, but I love lip liners, and I've been talking recently about how I've really kind of replaced my giant lipstick collection with just my lip liners. And I was saying in there that I don't know if I necessarily consider it a makeup hack because I actually go through my lip liners. I use them all the way up, and then ones that I love, I repurchase again and happily keep going about my day. But I feel as though with lip liners, they are so much more long wearing. A lot of times what I do is I line my lips and then I fill them in, and then boom, like my lip liner is going to be on. Of course, from my favorite brands, there's some that don't really stay very well, but I just think that lip liners are the business right now, okay? I of course have so many that I recommend, but one, I did a recent video. It was a shop with me video. It was online shopping at Sephora and Ulta. I had a gift card at Sephora and Ulta was having a 30% off sale. And so I did that haul video because I wanted to show you what it looked like shopping at these makeup retailers with a firm budget in mind, you know, not wanting to go really high over my only $50 gift card at Sephora, and really wanted to stick with only the quote-unquote essentials at Ulta Beauty that were on sale, aka my press-on nails, because I love my press-on nails. I get them from Glamnetic. I think they're available at Sephora as well. You can get them at Ulta. I usually just get mine at Amazon also. But the Glamnetic nail glue and the Glamnetic nails, they stay on so long, so I will be wearing these all throughout my trip as well. But if you haven't seen that video, I would check it out, and I was really grateful for the comments on it, that people actually, you know, found it interesting as well to hear the commentary of what I need, what I don't, what I put in my bag, what I take out, and that sort of thing. And to be honest, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be shopping the Sephora sale myself. I just picked up a few things that I'd had my eye on, and I'm also getting ready to take a pretty big trip, which of course means that it is a more expensive trip. So I'm like, I just don't know if there's a lot that I need from Sephora at this moment. So if you want to see that recent haul, you can watch it. But one thing that I talked about getting was this Charlotte Tilbury Lip Liner Duo, because I love lip liners and because this was really intriguing to me. Like I mentioned in the beginning, products that can do more than one thing, or products that have like multiple shades like this. So the idea behind the Sculpt and Fill is you have the darker side to line the lips with, and then the lighter side, and then you fill them in. So essentially the same thing that I do with my lip liners now, except I get 2 different shades, and I was really intrigued by that concept. Now you don't always have to use the 2 different shades. I can use just the darker shade and line and fill in and be about my business, but I thought it was fun to have the 2 different shades in here. So this is what I got, and I love Charlotte Tilbury because she's like my OG lip liner favorite. So I wanted to purchase this, and so far super happy with that one. I have so many favorite lip liners though. Again, I'm just saying, for building our perfect makeup bag, you really only need one. But for this video, that would be way too boring if I only gave you one option for each. So I'm going to give you a few different options. One that I have repurchased myself is from Freck. This is the lip liner in 03. This is like a perfect, like cool toned nude shade. I'm like, oh my gosh, I only have, I was like, can you see it? I only have that much left. I'm trying to decide. I did not realize that. I'm trying to decide if I should take this on my trip with me and just use it up. Probably, right? Like just use it up and then be done with it. Wow. I wear that lip liner so much. Again, Charlotte Tilbury, I have another of the lip cheats in here. This one is in Iconic Nude. Fun fact about Iconic Nude, I actually had my purse stolen one night. Well, my entire apartment got, you know, robbed and stuff, but like my purse was in there. So they stole my purse and Iconic Nude was in there, and I went like the next week and repurchased it. So, you know, those videos we would do like tongue in cheek, like if all my makeup got stolen, what would I repurchase? I actually repurchased the Charlotte Tilbury. I also really love the Fenty. I mentioned this in my haul too, because look how small my little Fenty one is getting. This is in Thugs Blush 2. Such a cute lip liner. Is so long wearing. It's one of those that is very creamy, which I initially thought that would mean like it's not gonna stay, but it stays. I've been recommending the Makeup Forever artist color pencils for a while. This one here is in Wherever Walnut. I also love Anywhere Caffeine, and I did recently get, it might be in my other purse because I just am in the process of switching over my purses to go into my, I always take my little travel purse with me everywhere. It's a little pink purse because I can fit more in it. So my Merit One White might be in there. I really like the Merit Sheer lip liners. I didn't think that I was going to because I felt like they were going to be too sheer and too slippery and not stay, but they actually do have a good staying power. So I've been a little bit surprised by the lip liners from Merit. So those are another one that I would recommend, but these are just some options if you are looking for a good lip liner on the Sephora sale. As someone who wears lip liner every single day and loves a good long wearing lip liner, like these are some of my top picks that I can give to you. So I want to know, what lip liner are you putting in your perfect makeup bag? I do want to mention a brush in here. If you've been following me for a minute, you're like, Samantha, we already know what you're gonna say. You somehow mentioned this brush in every single video. Like, I don't know how I do it, but somehow, like, I could be talking about like rocks and somehow I'm like, but have you guys tried the Makeup by Mario F4 brush? Like, I don't know how it happens. But going back to duos, products that do more than one thing, I have really never been a fan of double-ended brushes. And I am a makeup brush fanatic. I had like over 400 in my collection at one point, right? Love me some makeup brushes, but was never a big fan of the duos. I feel like they were just like harder to store and like, I don't know, wasn't really a fan, right? This brush, I got it in PR and then I bought another one. That is how much I love this. And I'm someone, listen, I regularly clean my makeup brushes and my makeup sponges. You can check my Instagram for proof if you want to see how much I be cleaning my brushes. So it wasn't like I bought it because I'm like, oh, the brush is always dirty and I just don't want it. I just love this brush so much that I have another one. So this is the F4 from Makeup by Mario. And again, the one side is a little bit bigger, supposed to be good for like foundation, and the other side is smaller, good for concealer. This brush, the bristles, something about it is fabulous. And what's so funny is in one of my last Shop My Stash videos, I had received the new Makeup by Mario foundation and it came with the F1 brush, I think is what it was, which was like a very small concealer brush and then like a little bigger brush on the other side. I hate that brush. I used it one time and I was like, I want nothing to do with this. Like, it felt so slippery. It felt like it was like grabbing all of my makeup. It was so weird. And I was like, how do I love one brush so much from the same brand and like hate a brush so much within that same brand? I have no idea. But the F4, like, again, we're building our perfect makeup bag. And okay, I'm not going into a lot of other brushes. Like, I still want like a bronzer brush, right? Like, I still want, there's some things. Let's go with the overall arching theme here of this video, okay? But a good dual purpose brush, it's not gonna take up a lot of space in your makeup bag. The Makeup by Mario F4. But speaking of bronzer, I do want us to have a good bronzer in our makeup bag because I love bronzer, okay? I've always loved bronzer. I still continue to love bronzer. And this bronzer, you all recommended to me. So again, I feel like you're all gonna know that I'm gonna say the Sephora Collection bronzer, and during the Sephora sale times, the Sephora Collection products are 30% off. So that is something to keep an eye on. And I'm like, should I get another bronzer? Because look at that pan. I'm not going to because I don't think I want to see how long it takes me to actually use this bronzer, but this is basically my most used, like pretty much my only used bronzer at this moment. A lot of times I'll throw in, like when I do a Shop My Stash, like I'll throw in another one just to have it, but like this is my bronzer at the moment. It's beautiful. I have the shade 1, which is Golden Gateway. It is a matte bronzer, super natural, super easy to blend out, super easy to build out. Has a little mirror on it, easy packaging. Like, if you just need a good staple everyday bronzer, this is like, I just have one. That's what I'm recommending to you. Not every category do I need to tell you 18 things. For bronzer, the Sephora Collection. It's fabulous. There's nothing else I need to say. Also for blush, number 6, I'm gonna give you one blush recommendation, and this is a blush that I love so much. It's a blush that I purchased back in the day and I continue to love. I continue to reach for it in my Shop My Stash videos. It's what I'm wearing today. I think this blush is beautiful. It's from Natasha Denona. This is the My Mini Dream Glow Blush. So you have like a darker blush shade, a lighter blush shade, and a highlight shade. Now I will say that I do not really highlight. I don't know why I said really. I do not highlight. Like the actual highlighting step, I do not do. But if you do want a more glowy blush, then you can mix in this shimmery shade. You can also use this on the eyes. So I do like that. Multi-purpose here, right? A lot of times what I do though is I just mix these together. And I create, honestly, it's more of a matte blush, but I just feel like with the way this is set up, you still somehow like get a glow, right? You can see it, like, I feel like you can see a glow. I can see a glow. And my bronzer is matte. And I just put powder on my under eyes because like I said, I'm not doing a ton of powder on my face at this moment. But this blush, beautiful. There's a huge dip in these two shades. It's a gorgeous blush. Honestly, really anything from the Natasha Denona My Dream line, I was a huge fan of. The lip gloss is beautiful. The actual like mini eyeshadow palette is beautiful. I think there was like a lip liner. I used my poor little lip liner was like this big before I finally decided like it needed to call it a day. But that blush, I love me a good powder blush. I know there's a lot of talk about cream blushes right now. I don't particularly have a favorite, but also for building our perfect makeup bag, I want like just a good neutral blush in there. So this one from Natasha Denona, or if you're really looking for another recommendation, the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic. Those have been a favorite blush of mine for absolute years. We're building our perfect makeup bag for like sustainability, for like the long run. We're in it for the long haul with our makeup bag. The Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic. I love that one too. I was not gonna let this video go by without talking about eyeliner. I know eyeliner is not like the most exciting makeup product. It's not like the sexiest makeup product, but man, I love eyeliner. And I have like going back to that question of like you can only have 3 makeup products if you're deserted on an island or whatever game we're playing these days. Concealer. And then I'm saying eyeliner. And I have said that since way back in the day because I have always felt that eyeliner like completes an eye look for me. I very, very rarely do not wear eyeliner. It's very, very rare. 2 of my favorites that also happen to be at Sephora, so this worked out great for me. Number 1 right now is Kosas. The Kosas eyeliner, it's the Soul Gazer as well. It says it's an intensifying gel eyeliner. This is so smooth, so creamy, so easy to glide on, so easy to make my wings. So, I mean, if you've ever caught a Get Ready With Me, you see that I kind of smudged my eyeliner on top and then I take a brush, which, where's my YSL? YSL just came out with a new eyeliner, which I've been a big fan of, but because duo purposes, it has an eyeliner on one end and a brush on the other, so you don't even have to go into your own brush. But then I take the brush and I just swipe it out, and because it's so smooth and like glides so well, I can do my winged liner so easily with the Kosas. This is my favorite eyeliner at the moment, is from Kosas, and close second is Kulif. I just sometimes feel Kulif isn't as like creamy glidable, and it's not as dark as the Kosas because I do like a pretty dark liner because I use it as a wing, I use it in my waterline, I use it to tightline, and then sometimes I do smudge it below the lower lash line as well. But Kulif is also a really nice option if you're looking for a black mascara. And then like I mentioned, YSL just came out with their Lines Liberated Waterproof Eye Pencil number 2. This is more of a brown shade, but I really like this because it has the brush on the other side. I'm like, okay. Like, and again, I just never used to be this way, but when you challenge yourself to do something way different in life, you start to realize what works for you and what makes more sense and all of those things. So this YSL eyeliner I've been really enjoying as well. And it's nice because it's brown, if you can see the swatch here, like, but it's like a pretty deep brown. So if I want to do a brown liner look instead, I can use this one from YSL, have my brush on the end, voila. So even though I'm not much of an eyeshadow girly these days, I have one shade on my eyes right now from the new Singe Beauty Paisley Hoop palette. I did want to leave you some eyeshadow recommendations so I didn't leave you totally hanging because I know so many of you still love eyeshadow so much, but eyeshadow was definitely one of those things that was pretty easy for me to scale back on when it came to having a more minimal collection always by me, especially because I really just have this makeup bag. I travel so much, I'm back and forth between different places so much, I'm on a plane so much, I have like 6 flights in 10 days or something crazy like that coming up. And so it's a little bit harder for me, even though this is a big, the Singe Beauty makeup bag is large and you can fit the palettes in like under here type situation, but sometimes a palette is simply too big for the makeup bag, or I just can't fit everything else that I want in it. So it's really easy for me to be like, oh, the eyeshadow can go. Because I don't mind doing an eye look with just eyeliner. I think it's very pretty. I think it works. It makes me happy, right? But I've definitely been reaching for, you know, some of my smaller shadows, like these here from Koki, these little Koki duos, because duo, you get like a cream shadow and you get like a topper. These aren't available at Sephora. You can find these on Amazon, but like this is more of the vibe that I've been going for, right? But I did want to leave you with a couple recommendations, like I said, and one thing I'm going to recommend is from YSL. Part of the reason why I'm recommending these is because these are more expensive. I think they're like $48 is in my mind. And so they're more expensive for 4 shades. But if you're looking for the products that you don't want to pay full price for during the sale, then like now's the time to do it, right? This is the newest quad that I got from them. I also have Kosas Spices, which you have seen in so many videos recently, and I have actually panned it. So I panned the like light brown matte shade that's in there. Pan. I was very proud of myself, but these shades are so nice, and I keep going back into these as well. This one here is in, oh, it doesn't tell me a shade name. It just says 720. I know it has a name. That's very annoying to me that YSL does that though. But we have more cool tones in here, which I thought was really pretty. And you have 2 mattes again, and then 2 shimmers in here. So, so pretty. And the shimmers are just like, oh, they're so nice. So shimmers, so beautiful in here. But again, I was really excited when I saw that I panned the other YSL, because I was like, for some reason that was kind of like my proof. Like, I do use this a lot. I do go into this a lot. And I feel like seeing that pan in there was like, yeah, you do. So when I did my Lash Shop My Stash, I decided to put this one in here. And these are so nice. I also just think that they're super cute as well. Super cute, okay? So that is one idea if you are looking for something more palette-like, or if you're looking for a duo, the Patrick Ta eyeshadows. I was a complete hater when these came out because, again, these are in the $40 price range, and I was like, that is so expensive for 2 shades. And now I have 2 of them. So there's that. This one is in Do You Know Who I Am? And with these are just those like beautiful sparkly toppers that you can just put on and like you're good to go. Like for me, it's just, I just swipe one on, kind of similar to what I have on today. Just swipe one shadow on, do my liner, and I'm out the door, right? So the Patrick Ta duos I ended up liking way more than I thought that I was going to. They're compact, they're sleek, they're easy to put on. Again, you know, I talked about the brush earlier. I don't even need a brush with these. I just take my pinky, swipe it on, eyeliner, I have my YSL with the brush. Listen, we're making our little minimalist makeup bag over here, okay? So I'm curious what eyeshadow you would put in, or if you're looking for something like a shadow stick. Like, I feel, for some reason I'm thinking as the weather gets colder, I feel like I'm gonna go back to my Rare Beauty shadow sticks. I just have this inkling of when I come back from my travels and I go into my storage unit to do my next Shop My Stash, I feel like I'm going to be gravitating towards my shadow sticks. And the Rare Beauty ones are so nice. It's so easy to apply, easy to glide on, they stay. So if you are more of a shadow stick fan, I would recommend the ones from Rare Beauty. Now I did want to touch on the like value sets once again. I, you know, talked about these earlier with the Lash Stash to go, but I know there's a lot of videos, and again, I used to do like a whole breakdown videos of all of the different sets that were offered and what was actually worth it, and you know, all of those things. But I wanted to touch on a few of these also, since we are doing a Sephora sale video, and I just thought maybe this could be helpful, because again, there are some where you really have to, if sticking within your budget is important to you, if only having products around that you're really going to use. I know since I have started talking about the minimal mindset, one of the like most seen comments that I have had in my comment section has been, I'm tired of not using my makeup, because you either have so much of it that you just have so many options, you can't use 8 eyeshadow palettes in one day, right? Or you have actually scaled back on the amount of makeup that you're wearing, which is, you know, similar to me as well. 1, I have a large makeup collection, but 2, I've simply scaled back on how much makeup I wear every single day. Like, I used to do a ton of eyeshadow. I used to do, you know, big fake lashes. I used to do full, you know, matte full coverage foundation and concealer and baking and carving the brows, like all of these different things, right? I used to do all of that, but I've definitely scaled back, and I found out, you know, what works best for me. And so a lot of you are saying that as well. So I think it's really important, if you're looking, we can sometimes get caught with the value sets and like you're saving money. But if you're not actually using the products, it's not saving you any money. You're spending money on a product you're ultimately not going to use. And sometimes, sure, you're like, oh, there's 2 things in this set, so I'll spend $50 and get even more things. But if you're not going to use those other things, then maybe it makes more sense to buy those 2 products at $20. You know, so these are the things that we got to think of. But I wanted to point out some that I do think are a good value and some that I have purchased. So one, of course, the Lash Stash to go. If you're a mascara wearer, I think that you'll actually get a lot of use out of it, right? But I have purchased a couple of times over the last few years the Holiday Hair Must-Haves gift set. This is one that I mentioned when I was doing my haul and I was shopping online. This is one that I did look at. So it's $48 and it's a $146 value. First of all, these bags that come with the favorite sets, I still own some of these. I find these to be very good bags. So I don't think those are included in like the value, but those bags can be nice. But this is one that I definitely looked at, and this is something that you think that you're going to use these products. I think, not that I don't think hair care is talked about, because I definitely do. But sometimes when I think of like beauty videos and like even something like the Sephora sale videos, it's usually the makeup that we're talking about. And for me, when it comes to hair products is one of those things that, again, I go through. I go through a shampoo more than I go through a bottle of foundation, right? Like I repurchase a conditioner more than I repurchase an eyeshadow palette. So for me, hair products is something that I've tried talking about a little bit more. If you want a more in-depth, like my actual hair routine video, because I've been on a hair journey for several years and I've started to become quite happy with my hair and happy with my routine, happy with hair oiling, happy with different techniques that I've used in the shower when it comes to shampooing my hair, conditioning my hair, what masks to use. I've talked about trying to embrace my natural wavy hair, what products I'm using for that. Hair oils, as in not hair oiling my scalp, but like actual hair oils to like use on the rest of my hair, because I keep getting so many nice comments of like my hair looks shiny and healthy and just better than it was, you know, several years ago. This hasn't been like an overnight thing by any means, but I've really been trying. So I definitely wanted to include some hair chat in this video. And to me, if you don't have a lot of hair products or you kind of want to see like what would work best for you, this might be a good set for you because it comes with a lot of stuff. We have the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo, which is a favorite of mine. I love it. The Briogeo Scalp Revival Rosemary Pre-Wash Oil. This is something I have not tried, but it was something that I was curious to try in the set. But again, it was one of those that like I went through and I was like, I have pretty much everything else in here, so it would make more sense for me to just purchase that on its own from Briogeo, right? We have one of the Color Wow Dream Coats in there. I have both the regular and the one for curly hair. Highly recommend. The Gissu hair oil. That's the hair oil I use. Recommend. It makes my hair so shiny. There's also from Day their Heat and Hold Styling Mist from Kosas. They have a night serum, which I just recently got. Living Proof has their dry shampoo. That's another dry shampoo that I have, and my best friend Ashley swears by it. She's the one who got me hooked on it. From Olaplex, they have their leave-in and leave-in conditioner. Oribe has their dry texturizing spray. This product is so good. It's something that actually makes my hair, because I have pretty thin hair, like it actually makes my hair have some sort of like oomph to it. And then the Moroccan Oil Perfect Defense. So there's a lot of different products in here. And another thing that I really enjoy this for is that a lot of times these are mini products, and I think mini hair products are much easier to travel with. I know that you can buy the little things and you can put your shampoo in them. I know you can. I think that's very annoying. I almost always go and like, I'm sorry, I'm sure people do that. To me, I find it annoying. But to me, it's easier to have the minis of the products and then to be able to travel with them. Or, and of course, you might not travel like I travel, but even if it's something like, oh, I'm just, you know, spending the night, having a staycation, spending the night with a friend, whatever, being able to throw those in a bag is so much easier than like the big bulky hair products that we have. So that is one set that I typically always look at myself every single year, and one that I have purchased, like I said, multiple times in the past. And then the other one that I wanted to mention that really caught my eye was the Holiday Must Have Value set. So this one is $69 and it says it's a $229 value. There's a lot of products in here that I was like, oh, okay. So we have from Denona Myricks the Yummy Skin Balm Powder from Kosas, their hair oil. I have this, it's really nice. From Rare Beauty, one of those shadow sticks that I mentioned, and this is in a full size, which I thought was very cool. Also a full size is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I've used it, I think it's great. And then another full size is the Touchland hand sanitizer. Those are extremely popular. You can never go wrong with a hand sanitizer. To get a full size, I was like, okay. Some more minis. We have the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid, the Color Wow Money Mist Leave-In. This was a product that I actually really wanted, was the Money Mist. From Benefit, we have their Clear Brow Setter. Sol de Janeiro has their Bum Bum Cream, and I love how I have a little mini of this as well. It's so nice to travel with. Makeup by Mario has a mini pop blush. Glossier has their Balm lipbalm.com in strawberry, and this is a full size. Glossier has great lip balms. And then we also have a mascara sample in here from Ilia, their Limitless mascara in black. That to me, again, if you have every single one of these products, probably not going to be the set for you. If you're not interested in any of these products, probably not the set for you. But to me, when I was looking through all of them and I was trying to put together what I think I would actually recommend for the sale, this is definitely one of them. And it's funny because it says popular now, over 8,000 people recently viewed this. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. So the Lash Sash, the Holiday Hair, and the Holiday Must-Haves, those are the 3 sets from Sephora that I think are going to be the best value and the best products that you are getting. Then we are going to finish off our perfect makeup bag with a fragrance. So this is where you get number 10, the number 10 spot. You get to choose one fragrance for your makeup bag. I want to know what it is. And especially since we are in fall time, I wanted to give you a recommendation of my favorite fall scent, which is from Fleur, and this is Vanilla Smoke. This is it was my favorite last year. I've been so excited for fall to come around because I've been so excited to pull out Vanilla Smoke. I've been wearing this pretty much everywhere. Even just opening it makes me so happy because it's like a sophisticated campfire. It's like a campfire that I'm like sitting around and I'm making s'mores, but like I have my YSL eyeshadow quad on, you know? It's like a classy campfire. I love Vanilla Smoke, so this is definitely such a fall fragrance to me. Or one that I have finished up, the Replica by the Fireplace. When I did I have a second YouTube channel where I talk more about goals and books. I did a video recently on building like your perfect fall bucket list, and one of those I said, you know, pulling out your fall fragrances, having your fall fragrance scent. So many people mentioned By the Fireplace, and I was like I don't need a new fragrance right now because I definitely have a lot of them, but if I was thinking about purchasing anything in the Sephora sale, it would be getting another By the Fireplace because it's amazing, or the not the Huda Beauty, sorry, the Kayali Chocolate Oud, because I've heard some good things about that one too, and I smelled it. One of my friends has it, and I smelled it and I was like, again, I don't need a fragrance though, and I'll be gone while the sale is happening, so there is that. I did also recently get this one from YSL. This is the Lieb Vanilla Couture. I have seen a lot of videos right now of people saying that they feel like this one is very fall. First of all, the bottle, absolutely beautiful. Like the YSL, I mean, they don't play when it comes to their packaging. So I don't know. To me, I don't know if it screams totally fall because it's like to me, it's like a bright vanilla. Maybe it's like a daytime fall. A daytime fall scent, like it's cold but like the sun is still shining. It's like a crispy fall day but the sun is out, you know? That's what this fragrance reminds me of. But I wanted to mention this because I just got it and I've been seeing people be like, this is the perfect fall perfume. So I wanted to mention that one, but I also want to know your favorite fall fragrance for sure. Let me know. But that is it for today's video. I want you to build your perfect makeup bag with your 10 items down below. Please list them for me, and also giving you my Sephora sale recommendations. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the minimal mindset commentary throughout the way. If you have any other videos that you would like to see for this series that we have going on over here, please do let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.